Bandido is a big fan of youth football, and he's going to be over in Manchester at Barrow Way for the Pizza Hut Cup. So
Papa John, Papa
the
John.
Papa John's. Oh, that's right. Papa
Wait,
John's
is he-
Pizza. Sorry, Papa John. I
Yeah.
apologize. The Pizza Cup. So some of the kids are out on loan. Some of the kids are doing some things.
Ethan Laird looking really good.
Yeah, Ethan Laird's
Looking really
doing well.
QPR, he's got some assists, he's got some goals.
I-
And then we spoke off camera earlier about, is Brummy, is that going to be like, the big move for?
Oh yeah,
for
it's
young
our new
kids
Royal
before they come
Antwerp.
back?
It's our new Royal
Yeah.
Antwerp feeder club, Brummy City. The Peaky
Yeah, it's
Blinders.
close enough.
Full
where
peaky. Full peaky.
you can still live in Manchester. You can play your games there. You can get your minutes and playing against grown men, fighting for their spot, fighting for their careers. Hannibal's been coming on about the 70th minute, so he's getting more minutes. Looked pretty good, so it'll be it'll be interesting to see who really does some bits on their loans.
Yeah, Zulus, man. Birmingham, the Zulus, that's a proper
Zulus.
firm. They're
Yeah.
proper firm. And
Yeah,
we have Papa John's in England.
Apparently,
Okay.
it's been a while. I
Who knew?
know.
Yeah.
So I'll be at Borough, watching the U21s play in the Papa John Trophy
When did you leave?
in the group stage. So that'll be fun on a Tuesday night.
When you leaving?
Next week, next
Yeah.
Thursday.
So
And then you're going to Europe as well, right?
Yeah, I'll be in Cyprus. For all the cool kids follow the Europa, so no one cares about Champions League anymore.
Thursday only.
It's all Thursday football. So I'll be doing that as well, getting some sun out there.
Cyprus, Greece, careful, mate.
And I heard that Cyprus is also going to be a jib because what's like 1,000 away allocation. So we'll see Bandido up on he'll be up on like the rafters.
Living up to the name,
You'll have a good time in Cyprus, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm gassed.
And
Find
so
out what happened to. Find
What's
out what
up,
happened
Face?
to Slavy out there in Greece, because that's when he changed.
Yeah.
He went to Greece and came back a different man.
Bandido's going to find out for us. He's gonna pull up with Scott McTominay's dad in some fucking pub in Cyprus, and we're gonna get the full story on that on camera. We're gonna get the full story.
That'd be great if he did.
Yeah, so I'll also be at Lee Sports Village, watching a league match for the U21s, and then we'll be at U21s Blackburn away. So that'll be a nice little trip as well. So hoping to get 3 first team matches and 3 U21s in.
Nice.
Look at that. One of these times, Bandido's just not going to come back. And so
We might have a choice, especially in Cyprus.
So my next question, while we're still on the topic of the kids, is it's interesting how in recent seasons it seemed like we've sent a lot of guys out on loan, where this season some guys that I kind of expected that might go out on loan are still with the team, like Charlie McNeil is still firmly in the under-21s. Iqbal and Charlie Savage are still firmly in the under-21s. Is this like a new strategy for Ten Hag, or is it now that we're playing in the Papa John's League trophy or whatever it is, and some of these other more high-profile games that it's just as good to play at this level now as it was, to go out on loan to a League One or League Two side?
Well, I like what English had said before. If you go out on loan, you think maybe that the organization and the boss doesn't believe in you. So they're kind of, Charlie and Iqbal are 19. So, to keep them, practicing with the first side and playing in the 21s can still help in their development. Whereas, Hannibal, who's I think he's 20, 21. So these players that Yeah, a little older. They need to go and play against grown-ass men and improve themselves in a hard knock league like the championship. It's still the championship is rated as a top 10 league throughout Europe. So,
Hmm.
it's still guys that can play.
And they spend a lot of money in the championship too. A lot of money gets spent. I don't think a lot of people realize how money gets spent in the championship because it's all or nothing to try to get promoted. So, and players make, they make good wages in the championship also. So it's not a farmers league. Looking at you, France.
Yeah, and we've seen, people like Tony and Mr. Beautiful Hair over there at City, championship players who've done very well in the Premier League. But there's plenty of those guys.
Mike, my thoughts. I honestly think that if you're the younguns, if they get booted out on loan, the feeling of being part of a team or the chance of being part of a team or getting first team exposure or playtime, it goes out the window. I think mentally, if you're out of sight, out of mind, whether you are or you aren't, your coaches could be watching you and you have a great game, so bring it back. I just think that if you're out, you're out there, you're not at United. You should be around the first team, like Giggsy and Becks and those guys, and they and all of a sudden they get told, "Oh, you're playing today." They're like, "What?" I mean, you've got to have that conducive. You've got to have that unity. You've got to have the boys together, playing together constantly. And if you put someone out on loan, I just personally feel that's subconsciously the guys thinking that's it. Now, if that's what the manager wants, he's got him for to build up the numbers, build up the squad, bring him back when he wants to because the injuries, fine. But I think if your core team that he's going to build around needs to be together all the time, not stuck out on loan, not playing above. Don't forget the chances of injuries too. You got guys that are going to make a career-ending tackle in the championship because they want to get that goal to go up, get promoted next year. You're it's like putting your racehorse out to stud on a rainy day on a shitty track, in my opinion. But,
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that too. That's a good point.